absolutely delighted to be sharing with you the income opportunity if you are a fitness professional, a healthcare professional, a health coach, a health enthusiast, or you just are looking to migrate into the world of the healthcare business. We have a very unique opportunity that I like to call a dual income opportunity, where we at Health Practice Advisors are partnered with Unicity International, which is the world's leading metabolic health intervention company. I have actually worked with this company for 30 years, and I have absolutely enjoyed every minute of it, having spent my time focusing, working in the medical community and developing an integrative nutrition health program and medicine program for doctors. I'm married to a medical doctor. I helped him launch his medical practice. I know the way a medical practice runs. I knew what was missing. I observed when patients came to the front desk and had to pay for an office visit. They were very upset when they didn't get a prescription because they felt like they didn't get their money's worth just paying for an office visit. The interesting mindset has not changed. People want something more than conversational coaching. And that was why when I discovered the extraordinary results that the Feel Great protocol could have for people, I felt that this combined with education could not only help the patients, but also it could help the practice perception of when a patient gets to that front desk and they want something that's going to solve the problem they came in for. And if it's not a prescription, then it's a supplementation recommendation. So that was why I wanted to focus on working with doctors, which then migrated into wanting to work with health coaches and fitness professionals, and specifically work with women. I really enjoy the opportunity to teach business. I was not a businesswoman before. I've just been a passionate mother, a person who's been in healthcare, and I developed an unexpected career path. And now it is my full commitment to teach other women how to be financially secure, how to be professionally productive, how to be able to work from home, how to be there for their children with this opportunity. Some of the things that I learned were from very successful business entrepreneurs. I learned that in order to have a successful business, there are 5 key elements that must be in place. You need to have a problem that has a solution. You've got to be aligned with a company that has dramatic credentials, a product strategy that's exclusive to you that can't be obtained anywhere else. You've got to have timing that's just impeccable and right in front of the trends. And there has to be an element of training and support in place. And for me, I learned that and I realized, wow, all of these elements are in place here. So let's talk about the problem, the solution, and the exclusivity. The biggest problem is heart disease is the #1 killer of women in the United States and beyond the borders of the US. It's claiming more lives than all forms of cancer combined. The solution is the Feel Great protocol. And the exclusivity comes with the fact that we developed this protocol, own the exclusive distribution rights, and own the patents. That means that nobody can have what we have. Nobody can get what we have anywhere else. Our credentials are extraordinary. We have certification, the GMP, which is the Good Manufacturing Practice certification required to be FDA regulated. We have global operations in more than 50 countries, and we've been in business for over 30 years all over the world. Our scientific credibility is deep. Our scientific credibility shows how we source all of our own ingredients. We've done nothing but primary research, clinical trials at the most major and impressive hospitals and universities. We're published in major peer-reviewed medical journals, and we manufacture all of our own products. We don't sub out or hire any outside contractors to have their fingertips on anything that we developed. The timing and the trends are impeccable. You know, when I came to this company all those years ago, it was because my concern was my children's cholesterol. And at that time, the television commercials were all about cholesterol medications. It was when that was the key topic everywhere. And the drug of choice was something called Mevacor or Crestor. And all you saw were television commercials. And that was the timing that I came to this company. Look at the timing now. Everybody is concerned about losing weight, diabetes, having a diet or a health coach. This is where we are now. So one of the things I learned in business is just like in real estate, they say the most important thing is location, but the most important thing in business is timing. If you were to Google us, go ahead. You'll find out that everything you see on the screen, Unicity is a company that makes science-based nutritional products and invested in research facilities around the world. We focus on areas as weight management, heart health, and digestive health. We have a commitment to scientific discovery and cutting-edge development that's led to third-party certifications, patents, and double-blind placebo-controlled studies published in journals. This is all in Google. Go for it. Check us out. The closer you look, the better we look. Now, it's interesting because in healthcare, they say the top 5 ideas for a healthcare entrepreneur are to open your wellness practice, get a fitness franchise, open a home health agency, do healthcare blogging, or do lab test services. Wow. Well, if you do that, the bottom line is you're going to end up spending a lot of money in any of those categories. If you look at these franchises, the startup fees are extraordinary. If you wanted to have a little fitness franchise, $28,000 for Fit for Mom, and that's just for the name. These fees that you see, these are just for the name. It doesn't include the build out, the rent, the infrastructure, or anything. GNC franchise, $189,000. If you want to have a coaching franchise, buy one that's already in existence, $70,000. A home care franchise, $48,000. That's what it takes to be in the healthcare business. Who has that kind of money laying around? But you see, working with health practice advisors, it's the ultimate integration. I mean, we integrated with Unicity International, our brand partner, and created the digital franchise where you can take your passion for nutrition, for health, for wellness, and integrate it into the digital world. And that means that's where you can meet people all over the world working from home, whether you're doing it from your phone or your computer, and you can connect in more than 50 countries to expand your business. Having a global reach while being home with your children, that's extraordinary. But there's pros and cons to franchising. Let's look at the right side of our screen, traditional franchising. You've got those huge startup fees that I mentioned. You've got lack of control because the corporate offices are saying, this is what you need to say, and this is how you have to say it. Then you've got false advertisement, where you might have some other franchisees that you don't even know that you're not connected to, making all kinds of false claims that can hurt your credibility. Then you've got the other side, the pros, like our environment. We have minimal startup fees for anyone to work with us. Yes, this is a business. Yes, you've got some startup fees. Yes, that's what being in business for yourself means. So take your head out of the sand and think that things are going to be handed to you for free, because they're not. But guess what? You don't have to worry. You don't have to go to the bank and take out a loan to be a part of who we are and what we do, because everything we have is extraordinarily comfortable to be part of. So the fees to become a part of this are minimal. You get to design your own plan. If you have your own health coaching, training programs, athletic programs, fine. You can integrate our protocol any way you want, or you can work with our platforms and our protocols and the things that we have. You can work together as a team with all of our coaches. You can work with yourself alone, or you can work and co-coach with all the other coaches. You can design whatever plan you want, but we can make legitimate claims because we have the sound science, research, and clinical trials to back it up. The classic franchise is the more franchises you own, the more you earn. But look how expensive it was to buy a franchise. In our environment, the digital remote health franchise, the more you refer, the more you earn. And that's our environment. So people are windows and doors to other people. When you have somebody who's had an incredible experience, their friend's going to say, wow, you look great. What are you doing? Oh, well, I'm coaching with Trisha Donaldson and she's my personal trainer. And through her, I learned about blah, 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 blah. And then the next thing you know, Trisha Donaldson's getting a phone call. And this is what happens. And this is how people build their businesses. Think about it. I often remember when my husband opened his medical practice, we had a 6-figure loan that we took out from the bank. We had rent to pay, an office to build out, equipment loans to pay. We hadn't even seen our first patient yet. They didn't have advertising for physicians back then. The only way you built your practice was referrals, people telling people and referring their friends and family. That is the word of mouth marketing that is the most organic, natural way that business evolves. I don't care how great social media is. It is great. But you know what? When you're in the healthcare business, this is not a nutrition business. This is not a health coaching business. This is a people business. And people join people. They don't join programs. They don't join something blindly because they just heard about it on social media. And if they do, they end up returning it because there's no human connection. So one of the things I pride our opportunity on is the fact that we have mastered how to integrate high tech and human touch. And then we have our brand partner who handles all of the corporate technical, yucky, icky stuff that I personally don't care for. They handle all of that for us. And they just let us know when we have new referrals and when something's been sent to somebody so we can know when to follow up. It is the most beautiful environment you could imagine. Developing a digital franchise with the high tech and the human touch, that is the secret to our success. We've got the simplicity. Everything we have is completely turnkey. Our corporate brand partner provides our digital tools and the supplementation and the global opportunity. Health Practice Advisors provides all the educational tools, the programs, the platforms, and the teamwork, where you get to work with women that are so culturally diverse, ages 20s to 70s, women that have different backgrounds from fitness to women's health, to cardiology to diabetes. You are working in an environment where you're in business for yourself, but Lord, you are not by yourself. This is a social franchise success. That's all I can tell you. We have all the concepts of franchising. We've got the consumer demand. You can work online. You can work offline. You can work in your community. You can work with doctors. You can work with gyms. You can work any way you want. This whole system is completely transferable to other people. You don't need to be an amazing business person. You don't need to be a salesperson. You don't need to be a marketing expert. Everything is in place. The expansion to grow your business is fully supported. We have such a complete turnkey program in place that it is a 100% no-brainer. That's all I can tell you. It is a no-brainer. And what's more relieving today than having the opportunity to grow a business that's going to give you financial security that's a no-brainer? That's comforting. But it's very interesting. If you really want to learn a little bit about business, I thought this was interesting. And when I learned it, I didn't understand it at first, but I certainly do now. And I learned that every industry, whether it's in health or any kind of business, they go through something called the S-curve cycle. And the S-curve cycle, what it does is it represents growth over time, where a company starts out slowly and then it begins to pick up speed, gets rapid growth, and then it kind of tapers off as the growth slows. Now, let's talk about the nutritional market, where in 2022, the nutritional market globally was valued at over $200 billion. Here we are in 2024, leading into the next year. And by 2030, which is just 5 years from now, this nutritional industry is expected to be at over 329 billion. That is a huge amount of monetary growth that you could be in front of because you're here, because you're now. And that growth is going to be driven by the demand for very important products that are backed by stringent government regulations, which we are, and services that are endorsed by the healthcare community. That's everything that we are. That's everything that we do. And those 4 phases that you see on the screen, from formulation to concentration, momentum to stability, are the 4 different curve growth cycle elements that I'm referencing. So here's what happens. They go through those 4 different phases. They get to stability, and typically they just flatten out, or they lose their stability and they decline. Many companies go out of business, but some companies just stay flatline in stability. Let's talk about it now, how it relates to what we are doing. We've already gone through the formulation phase where Balance and Unimate has already been formulated, studies, research, science, everything's published. All of those elements are done. Right now, we are in a phase called concentration. This is a very unique thing for you to pay attention to because timing-wise, this is where you need to really understand this business cycle. During this phase, it's called positioning. It's when you are now positioned to be part of something as it is starting to lead to the momentum phase. Momentum is mind-boggling. It keeps you awake at night with just extraordinary excitement, because 90% of the people that will ever enroll where you live or around the world are going to somehow be connected to you in your business, and they're going to enroll between momentum and stability. But where did you come on board? You came on board at concentration before all that happened. So when you meet people who say, hey, I never heard of that before. How come I never heard of that? Well, that's a good thing that they haven't heard about it. You don't want people that are saying to you, oh, yeah, I heard about that already. My friend told me about that, because then they're not going to be interested to talk to you. But when they're hearing about all the information that we can provide and benefits, and they haven't heard about it yet, they're going to be a heck of a lot more interested to talk to you. So you have to realize that when you come into something at this point, just enjoy the ride, because the Feel Great Global Explosion, this is where it begins. So here you have the opportunity to be in the right place at the right time. but you have to recognize it and then do something about it. Bill Gates, you all know who Bill Gates is. He said, I was lucky to be in the right place at the right time, but many others were in the same place. The difference was that I took action. That's who you have to be. You have to be the person who recognizes when you're in the right place at the right time and do something about it. So this is an opportunity for you to earn while you learn. We have 7 success strategies in place. We provide one-on-one personal mentorship. So many women that I meet have wanted to have a business of their own. They have all kinds of credentials, but they could never get out of the gate and they didn't know what to do. They never had anybody mentoring them or guiding them, but in this environment, you will. The camaraderie and the teamwork. Nothing is lonelier than being in business for yourself. When things don't work out, you've got nobody to commiserate with. But in this environment, you do. And then we have opportunities for you to collaborate with weekly team meetings and lunch and learns and strategy sessions that we do in group environments and individual one-on-one strategy sessions. And then I conduct a quarterly business course that I authored. And this is something that's important because when you're in the health education business, that's the people business, and you need to kind of learn business to some extent. You don't need to become some extraordinary entrepreneur, but you need to know the business of people, the business of healthcare, the business of fitness. And then what we do is we design customized marketing strategies. Customized marketing strategies, whether they're for churches, schools, doctors, gyms, you name it. We put together so many strategies based upon what your interests are and the way you want to grow your business. We have an online educational portal, and this portal provides you business information, health education, tremendous lectures, supplement education. We also have we get together, we go to our world headquarters in Las Vegas and we tour the manufacturing plant. We have weekend workshops and you can be in the boardroom and have, private training with myself and science department heads. There's an incredible wealth of information for you to learn and grow your business. We have a growth coaching system that I've authored that is an online coaching program that helps you learn everything you need to know from getting started to growing your business, to empowering your practice, to marketing plans, to niche marketing strategies. Now, we have a really interesting income model, and this is an income model that I'm going to share that will be really just based on the supplementation element of our business. Some coaches choose to participate in this, and some coaches choose to just build their coaching practice, bill for their coaching services, and just have the supplementation in their coaching practice. And they just stop there. And that's perfectly fine. I can tell you, I have hundreds of people that I work with that have done just that. But I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't share with you an optional income component that's available to you if you want to take your income beyond just your coaching practice. And it will look like this. And I'm going to use a simple model of pretending that you only had 10 clients. You're over the years in the practice, you're going to have way more than 10 clients. But one of the things that we'll do is we'll help you create a sliding scale package, bundles for your practice, because you're going to have clients that have different budgets, economic scenarios. And so we need to have packages for your clientele based on where you live and all the scenarios that you're going to encounter. But I want to share with you just, let's pretend you only have 10 clients and let's pretend you don't even do coaching services. Let's just pretend that you have an income that's just from the supplements. And as I said, this is an optional additional income opportunity. We have 10 clients that are utilizing the Feel Great protocol. You'll have a net profit of $20 to $25 per client. So, wow, that's $250 extra over and above whatever other earnings you have in your life. You don't have to stop at 10 clients. You can have more than that. And clients all go on the 90-day protocol. And some clients will extend beyond the 90 days. Some clients want to double up on their balance. Some clients may just want to stay on Unimate. It's not a perfect world where every single person stays on the Feel Great protocol for the rest of their lives. But I'm going to present this to you as if it were a perfect world. And I'm going to present this to you in an environment that is clearly predictable, that is happening for people all over the world that I work with. So you may have 5 colleagues, maybe One could be a physician, one could be a health coach, one could be a personal trainer, one might be another health professional, somebody could be a business person in the field of health. Doesn't matter. But you can choose to partner with 5 colleagues who might have a bit of a need for additional income. And when you do that, they follow the exact same 10 client model. And when they follow that 10 client model, the profit margin for you becomes meaningful because for each of their 10 clients, you're going to earn $10 and you're going to earn an extra $500 a month based upon their 10 client model. When those 5 colleagues say, you know what, I happen to have 5 contacts in my world that I think may want to know about this, and they duplicate that same 10 client model, that's going to mean an additional $2,500 per month for you. Because again, you're going to earn $10 for each of the clients that encounter this environment. Take it one step further. Those 25 clients, colleagues who chose to be a part of this endeavor, shared it with 5 others, and they just followed the same 5 colleague, 10 client model that you're going to have a net profit of $10 on each of their clients. Your profit margin each month is now to over $12,000 a month. So what happens here is this translates into a $15,000 a month income. Sounds kind of crazy, but let me tell you, it's real. And I know it's real because I've been here a long time and I work with a lot of people that are earning this income and much more. And that's for people that choose to. As I said, it's optional income for you. You don't have to do this. You don't have to talk to 5 colleagues. You could talk to 2. You could talk to 10. It's up to you. I'm just sharing this simple model because it's easy to remember. 5 colleagues, 10 clients. This is projected income, predictable, meaningful income that annualizes at $189,000 a year. So ask yourself, if I'm going to health coach or in my business doing what I'm doing, can I make $189,000 a year? If not, maybe if I just add this element to my current work environment, just even a little bit, halfway, well, I wouldn't mind earning half of it, 189,000. You can water this down as much as you want. You can increase it as much as you want. I can tell you, this is your financial security. When you have coaching programs that conclude, typically you're unemployed again until your next client. But in this environment, we have an 80% retention rate. You're done coaching a client, they are going to use either one of those supplements, both of those supplements, or they double up on it because they're a diabetic or there's a cholesterol and they don't want to go on medications and they never want to stop using because it becomes like their daily vitamin. You're still going to earn up to $25 indefinitely for every client on every single refill. So your goal here is to build yourself a permanent recurring residual income that it's like building an annuity for yourself. It's your security. It's your retirement. It's your kids' college education. It's your slush fund. It's your travel fund. It's your new car fund. Call it what you want. It's the financial security that you can't get in your everyday job. When your income depends solely upon you, your time, and your effort, then when you don't work, you don't get paid. And I can tell you one thing, you never want to put all your eggs in one basket. You want to always have a plan B because if something happens, what's your fallback? So this is an opportunity where you can find out how you can get the financial security and you can decide, do I want to start my own business or do I want to stay doing what I'm doing? So my advice to all of you is to take a step back and ask yourself, is what I'm doing going to put me where I want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Because if it's not, then maybe you need to consider being a part of who we are and what we do. But if you're completely satisfied with what you're doing and you feel financially you're comfortable, then the only reason for you to be a part of this is because you see the extraordinary health benefits and you just can't keep it a secret. So I want to say that in conclusion, my best advice to you is to explore this deeper. Find out what it takes to get involved and work with us because we have options. We have options that are comfortable because everybody is in a different place in their lives. Some people are financially comfortable. Some people are financially strapped. We can work with anybody that has the commitment, the passion, and the desire. We can design a plan that's comfortable for you. So please, from a business perspective and out of respect and professionalism, get back to who is inviting you to review this and tell them how much you are excited to learn about this and you want to know more, or thank you for sharing this with me. I'm not sure if it's the right time in my life, but I'll pass it on to people that I believe deserve to know about it. So I want to thank you for your time, for listening, and I wish all of you the best of health and the best of luck in everything that you do. Take care, everybody. I am absolutely delighted to be sharing with you the income opportunity if you are a fitness professional, a healthcare professional, a health coach, a health enthusiast, or you just are looking to migrate into the world of the healthcare business. We have a very unique opportunity that I like to call a dual income opportunity, where we at Health Practice Advisors are partnered with Unicity International, which is the world's leading metabolic health intervention company. I have actually worked with this company for 30 years, and I have absolutely enjoyed every minute of it, having spent my time focusing, working in the medical community and developing an integrative nutrition health program and medicine program for doctors. I'm married to a medical doctor. I helped him launch his medical practice. I know the way a medical practice runs. I knew what was missing. I observed when patients came to the front desk and had to pay for an office visit. They were very upset when they didn't get a prescription because they felt like they didn't get their money's worth just paying for an office visit. The interesting mindset has not changed. People want something more than conversational coaching. And that was why when I discovered the extraordinary results that the Feel Great protocol could have for people, I felt that this combined with education could not only help the patients, but also it could help the practice perception of when a patient gets to that front desk and they want something that's going to solve the problem they came in for. And if it's not a prescription, then it's a supplementation recommendation. So that was why I wanted to focus on working with doctors, which then migrated into wanting to work with health coaches and fitness professionals, and specifically work with women. I really enjoy the opportunity to teach business. I was not a businesswoman before. I've just been a passionate mother, a person who's been in healthcare, and I developed an unexpected career path. And now it is my full commitment to teach other women how to be financially secure, how to be professionally productive, how to be able to work from home, how to be there for their children with this opportunity. Some of the things that I learned were from very successful business entrepreneurs. I learned that in order to have a successful business, there are 5 key elements that must be in place. You need to have a problem that has a solution. You've got to be aligned with a company that has dramatic credentials, a product strategy that's exclusive to you that can't be obtained anywhere else. You've got to have timing that's just impeccable and right in front of the trends. And there has to be an element of training and support in place. And for me, I learned that and I realized, wow, all of these elements are in place here. So let's talk about the problem, the solution, and the exclusivity. The biggest problem is heart disease is the #1 killer of women in the United States and beyond the borders of the US. It's claiming more lives than all forms of cancer combined. The solution is the Feel Great protocol. And the exclusivity comes with the fact that we developed this protocol, own the exclusive distribution rights, and own the patents. That means that nobody can have what we have. Nobody can get what we have anywhere else. Our credentials are extraordinary. We have certification, the GMP, which is